Hi YouTube. So I wanted to get some advice from you guys about the condition of my deck. The boat itself is just over 100 years old. The deck, however, it's a teak deck, and we think it's around 60 years old. This is the bow here. So it goes right up to the front, as you can see. We've had a cover made for it because obviously there's very bad leaking. There is a small deck at the back as well, but this is the main problem right here. Just do a close up to show you. So it's the tar bitumen that has been previously used. It's been used since the deck was put on, we believe. The previous owner did try the Sikaflex, but apparently it didn't adhere to the sides, so it ended up rising up within a month. He was told by a marine surveyor that because the wood was so old and had always had this tar within it, that the edges of the teak had just been filled with oil, so the only option would be to continue using bitumen. It cracks really easily. You can see there. So luckily this doesn't leak here because there's a board underneath it, but the main deck itself is directly above the rooms, which I will show you. So this is the deck here. So there's no ply layer. It's just this is literally the planks of the deck. I've recently repainted it, but normally this corner area here is just black with watermarks from the deck leaking. Trying to see, there is these sections here, for example, you can't see because the cover's on, but when the cover's not on, you can see the light shining through a lot of the beams there. It's always been a problem deck, apparently. I met a few of the previous owners, and the first question is always, how are you finding the deck? So it's a constant problem, but none of us, including myself, have wanted to cover the deck over or make any amendments other than hopefully to sort of try and waterproof it. Here's where you can see, so this is the supporting beam here. This is the general thickness of the deck. Obviously it's going to be thinner in some parts where it's been walked over the years, but that's the deck right there. See, I've painted over in between, but I guess you can see there. So yeah, the reason why I am doing this video is because obviously there's a lot of experts on YouTube about boats, and I'm quite new to it really. I've had the boat for a few years now, but it's always been still owned by the previous owner who didn't really do much maintenance on it, so now it's officially mine, and it looks like it's been filled in with polyfiller. It has. And obviously I want the problem to be fixed, so that's kind of soft there actually. Yeah. Wow, that's a shame, isn't it? Bloody hell. So I assume that would need to be replaced, that there. Great. Other than that section, I did notice that months ago, but it wasn't quite as bad then. Yeah, that's basically just fluff. Really, really soft wood. Other than that, I remember when I found it, I checked out the other beams, and that seems to be the only rotting area. The rest of it feels pretty solid. Apart from this bit here, actually. So it's just, I'm just asking for some advice, really, what to do. Whether I should basically cover the deck, ply the deck, which obviously isn't ideal, because then you lose the whole original look of the boat. But then obviously I wouldn't have to have this horrific cover on, which is mahoosive. So any advice? Let's see if I can get some. I should have took the cover off really, but you can see the condition of the caulk in here. It's literally so flaky. It's risen. The last time he caulked it would have been 6 years ago, and it's leaked ever since. Yeah, you can see I can literally peel it off. Peel it up here. So any advice would be greatly appreciated, because she is a beautiful boat, and I don't like this just being a storage area. It means I can only take her out when the weather's boiling hot, because obviously any showers go straight down. This is the back deck here. This section's not so bad, because apparently underneath these wood planks there's a metal sheet that these are glued onto, and there's a cupboard under here, so it's probably the most waterproof part of the boat, I remember the previous owner saying, and I have at times considered sleeping in here. That's a joke, it's tiny. Yeah, so obviously this has had work where they've took the planks up, laid a sheet down, but obviously that's not really what I want to do to the main deck there. But yeah, any advice, please comment or send me a message, much appreciated. Thanks.